The Meyer the Merrier is a family of 5 who left the United States for Koh Samui, Thailand in search of a life-enriching experience for our family. Please follow along on our adventures. Welcome to the Avani Seminyak Bali. Our driver, Sawar, knew the hard-to-find one-lane drive to the parking lot, and we easily checked in. Once we walked past the general admissions pool on the right through the restaurant, we found ourselves in this outdoor corridor to the slightly visible building in back where our room was located. You see a really friendly staff that greets us each time we walk up and down this walkway. There's also a golf cart, and I think some people were using it sort of to get back and forth, although it was obviously a pleasant walk. That golf cart would bring our luggage shortly thereafter. The rooms to either side are some lovely, larger little bungalows that have private pools included inside their compound. We also know that there were, to the left here on one side, free laundry, and then there was another free laundry with an hour building. Here are the children at the pool on one of the floaties that was available. I think a lot of the rooms did have their own pools, so even though the pool isn't giant, it was never so busy that they had a hard time finding space for themselves. All right, we are in room 2121. The room comes with 2 cleanings for the week. It is a 1-bedroom with a kitchen. So I've already got the key in the air con. Look how pretty this is though. So again, you know, it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea there were 2 places that were available in Bali for this time frame. Ann and Tara had a 2-bedroom, and then this is Avani at Seminyak, and it is a 1-bedroom. So perhaps a little tighter, but it's really big. So we got the place for the week for about $1,500, I want to say. This is the bathroom. I know, tough living with just a single bathroom for the week. Nice shower. The towels look super soft. They're not really that soft, but they are very nice. And then of course they have their own scents here, I'm sure. Just a quick little note. You all could forget your toothbrushes and you'd be okay, which is fine. And then water for toothbrushes. It can be a connecting room, you can kind of see right here. And then, now they've made up the bed for us, which is nice. So the kids can sleep there and look out. It's got a nice big table and pretty decent kitchenette. I mean, that's a nice size refrigerator, microwave, stovetop, some storage, plates and cups. Oh, but there's only 4. So we'll have to figure out how that's gonna work. But you know, cooking utensils and stuff like that. So should be pretty nice. So this, I think the kids, nice TV here, console. And then the kids were a little bummed because they looked outside underneath us, and the unit underneath does have its own little pool, which who wouldn't want that? So this is really nice though, because it's got this beautiful, like I don't know, sofa. And I'm just gonna show you Margaret reading here in one of the chairs, Ryan not reading in one of the other chairs, and just kind of the view of the place. So very water tower. Can you guys go get the door, please? And then just a nice little jungle view. It's very nice. We stopped at a little grocery store just close to the resort called Bintang Grocery or something like that. And we just got some stuff just to have something to eat here. And of course I packed up the bag, so we'll have to unpack that. And but we have something to eat. There's also a restaurant on site, and we'll, I'm sure, check that out too. This is the solution Steve has come up with because he can't seem to keep his face on the screen. All right, so a couple of things to note about our stay at the Avani Seminyak Bali. Very nice place. The staff, we really were.
Staff was phenomenal.
Yeah, everyone was very kind. Kitchens, well, I guess it's the restaurant staff was quite good, and so we were very impressed by the staff. We did have a little tweak sort of at the beginning before we even got there. There was an email account for the hotel, and I just emailed really quickly just to confirm whether there were laundry facilities that we could use at the hotel, and there were. So when I confirmed that, they confirmed back to me, hey, we'd like to make sure that we know the amount of people that are going to be in your room. And we said 2 adults, 3 children. Now, for whatever reason, the paperwork from, and maybe they were getting this a lot from Interval International, because that's who we actually purchased a getaway. If anybody knows anything about these timeshares, we purchased a getaway from Interval in order to get this room. When Steve puts it in and does a search, he will put in 2 adults, 2 children, but what the confirmation turned out as was 2 adults, 1 child. So it wasn't what we put in, and it certainly wasn't what we were going to travel with. So I said, no, we were perfectly fine. We were perfectly comfortable in this size room with 2 adults and 3 children. This is how we travel all of the time. We looked very closely at the room to understand what was there. And there was some back and forth with the hotel staff on email, and it almost seemed like
they weren't going to let us come.
Like they might not let us.
The feeling we got.
We were thinking, what are we going to do? Because it was within a week of our departure, I think, then we contacted them. And the problem is when you buy one of these getaways with Interval, then you can't.
Non-refundable.
It's non-refundable. And so they were kind of saying, maybe you could get a bigger room, but we really couldn't because we had already paid for that room. But they didn't have. I think part of what kind of helped us out is they didn't. I think they said they didn't have any rooms left. So there had been, Ann and Tara had a 2-bedroom when we were looking at doing this, and Avani had a 1-bedroom. I think the Avani looked a little nicer to us when Steve took a look at it, so we decided to go with the smaller place, which I think next time we would just go with the bigger place because we don't want to. Just a little bit in regard to taking children to this resort. There is a kids club here, but it's a pretty small room, and it's really activities that for our for children much smaller than ours. I will say that on either Christmas or right around that day, there was a Santa who came to our room and gave each of the children just a small stuffed animal gift, which was really thoughtful and kind.